Hi there, some breaking news. Unfortunately, Sven Goran Eriksson, the ex-England manager, died at age 76. BBC reported it first with the headline, former England manager Eriksson dies aged 76. Eriksson, the first non-British manager of an England team, led the Three Lions to the quarter-finals at three major tournaments during his 5 years spell in charge between 2001 and 2006. In January, Eriksson said he, at best, had a year to live after being diagnosed with cancer. His family said on Monday Sven Goran Eriksson has passed away after a long illness. He died during the morning at home, surrounded by family. The Swede managed 12 clubs, including Man City, Leicester, Roma, and Lazio, winning 18 trophies. Eriksson also had spells in charge of Mexico, Ivory Coast, and the Philippines. After retiring as a player of age 27, Eriksson began his managerial career with Degerfors in 1997 before joining fellow Swedish side Gothenburg, where he won the Swedish title, two Swedish Cups, and the 1981 UEFA Cup. He then went on to enjoy two spells with Portuguese giants Benfica, as well as managing Italian sides Roma, Fiorentina, Sampdoria, and Lazio, where he won 7 trophies, including Serie A title, two Italian Cups, and a European Cup Winners' Cup. BBC have just released a second story, including some obituaries, titled Engaging and Courteous with a Touch of Steel. Sven Goran Eriksson, who died aged 76, is best remembered as England's first foreign manager and a man who presided over the country's so-called golden generation during his time in charge. Eriksson's colourful private life has been well chronicled, while an eventful England managerial reign included a brush with the infamous tabloid Fake Sheikh, as well as heavy flirtations with Chelsea and Manchester United. The Eriksson sideshow often detracted from the success he enjoyed as a club manager around Europe before he was announced as Kevin Keegan's successor in November 2000, although his England tenure is regarded as one of underachievement given the riches he had at his disposal. At his peak, Eriksson was one of the game's finest coaches as he collected both domestic and European honours with regularity, something he was unable to replicate with England. Eriksson will, however, always have the memories of his most stunning night in charge when Germany were beaten 5-1 in the World Cup qualifier in Munich's famous Olympic Stadium in September 2001. The Football Association then Chief Executive Adam Crozier described Eriksson as a unanimous choice for our selection when he was handed a 5-year deal to tempt him away from Lazio, resigning early from the Italian club to assume his England duties in January 2001. Eriksson arrived with glowing reputation as a shrewd tactician, the model of Scandinavian cool, who would provide a stark contrast from Keegan, who relied heavily on raw emotion that prompted him to quit in a toilet after a 1-0 defeat by Germany in October 2000, the final game at the Old Wembley. The Swede also brought a track record of success with him to the FA's headquarters at Lancaster Gate that provided much optimism. Eriksson first came to prominence when he led Gothenburg to a UEFA Cup triumph in 1982, beating Hamburg 4-0 in aggregate over two legs to give the Swedish club their first European success. It attracted the attention of Benfica, where he won 2 titles but could not repeat his UEFA Cup success, losing the 1983 final to Anderlecht. He had spells at Roma, with whom he won the Coppa Italia, and Fiorentina before returning to the Eagles in Lisbon, leading them to the 1990 European Cup final, only to lose 1-0 to Arrigo Sacchi's legendary AC Milan side. There was a bizarre episode in Eriksson's career in December 96 when he agreed to become the manager of Blackburn Rovers for the start of the 97-98 season. He reneged on this agreement 3 months later, leaving fellow future England boss Roy Hodgkin to take charge at Ewood Park, while Eriksson was appointed Lazio's coach. It was at Lazio, after winning another Coppa Italia with Sampdoria in '94, that Eriksson won the hearts and minds of the FA as the search for Keegan's successor started. Eriksson's Lazio won the European Cup Winners' Cup in '99 with a 2-1 victory over Mallorca at Villa Park, having lost to Inter Milan the previous season's UEFA Cup final. Lazio claimed the Coppa Italia twice and won Serie A in '99 to 2000 under Eriksson, making him the top target for England. Eriksson made a superb start in England, especially with that win against Germany in the qualifying campaign for the 2002 World Cup in Japan and South Korea, although an automatic place was only secured by David Beckham's last-ditch free kick in a 2-2 draw with Greece. Indeed, Eriksson's stock was so high around that time when Alex Ferguson announced he would be quitting Manchester United, only to later change his mind. It was widely assumed that the Swede would be his replacement at Old Trafford. That World Cup campaign set the tone for Eriksson's England career, with moments of promise ultimately swallowed up by a sense of underachievement. The high point was a group stage win over Argentina, Captain Beckham once again the hero, with the only goal from the penalty spot underneath the spectacular Sapporo Dome. Beckham, however, was clearly not fully over a foot injury, and England's lack of fitness haunted them in the searing heat in the quarter-final against Brazil. Michael Owen gave them the lead, but goalkeeper David Seaman's error proved decisive when he was caught badly out of position for Ronaldinho's free kick, giving the eventual World Cup winners a 2-1 victory. If Eriksson was to look back in one tournament as England's big missed opportunity, then Euro 2004 in Portugal must surely be the one. It was the summer of Romania when Everton's 17-year-old striker Wayne Rooney caused a global sensation as he spearheaded England and Eriksson's shot at glory. After defeat by France, Rooney scored twice in wins against Switzerland and Croatia to set up a quarter-final against the hosts, only to break his foot early on, with England leading 1-0 through another own goal. The game eventually finished 2-2 with England losing in penalties, as they did against the same opponents 2 years later, at the same stage with the World Cup in Germany. Euro 2004 was a desperate disappointment. The tournament won by rank outsiders Greece, as England missed out again, despite having a side overflowing with world-class players. It was some manager, wasn't he? We also have England's farewell in the Fake Sheikh. 2006 World Cup was a final curtain for Eriksson, the manager who promised so much and had so much talent to utilise, and yet could not make the final leap to the first English success since 1996. The end, a few months after Eriksson fell into a sundry tabloid newspapers' Fake Sheikh sting, enjoying fine dining and vintage champagne before delivering a series of indiscreet revelations. He claimed to the News of the World undercover reporter that Owen was unhappy at Newcastle United, while he himself could leave the England job to join Villa, luring Beckham from Real Madrid to Villa part in the process. Eriksson was an engaging, courteous character with an uncanny ability to smile as he deflected away various personal scandals, never allowing his inquisitors to lay a glove on him. He rarely, if ever, demonstrated anger, even in his tightest spots. He was a touch of steel, famously infuriating Manchester United boss Ferguson when insisting an injured Rooney would be part of the 2006 World Cup squad once he was declared fit, whether the Scot liked it or not. Return to club management. After England, it was a nomadic one for the cosmopolitan Eriksson, although the next step was still in England, as he was appointed the manager of Man City in 2007, brought in by new owner and former Thailand president Shinawatra. Eriksson started well with City topping the table early on. They even did a league double over rivals Man United for the first time in 40 years, but there was a slide, and Taskin announced in April that the Swede would leave at the end of the season. Man City players and fans were infuriated, a final position on 9th, very respectable, despite an 8-1 loss at Middlesbrough on the season's final day that some put down to the squad upset at the decision to sack Eriksson. So there we go. Unfortunately, Eriksson's passed away, and the man loved by many within football, very successful, very charming, very charismatic, and unfortunately succumbed to a horrific disease that so many have. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up. If you've not already done so, please consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell, and please leave some comments in the comment section below. Most importantly of all, have a great day. Cheery bye now.